The promise of thrones, the eternal honor for the faithful. Jesus said to them, "Truly I tell you, at the renewal of all things, when the Son of Man sits on his glorious throne, you who have followed me will also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." Matthew 19:28. These words, spoken by Jesus to his disciples, offer a powerful and awe-inspiring glimpse into the future for those who remain faithful. Though this verse directly addressed the 12 apostles, its core message extends far beyond them. It's not just a promise of honor for a select few. It's a window into the eternal destiny prepared for all who follow Christ faithfully through trial, loss, and sacrifice. In these simple yet profound words, Jesus speaks of thrones, symbols of rulership, victory, and honor. He's revealing something deeper about the kingdom of God. Earthly sacrifice leads to heavenly glory. Let's explore what this means for you and me today, especially in a world that seems to reward compromise and punish righteousness. 1. A glimpse of glory amid the grit. The disciples had just heard Jesus speak to the rich young ruler, challenging him to sell all he had and follow him. After the man walked away sorrowfully, Jesus turned to his followers and made this staggering promise of thrones and rulership. Why? Because they had left everything, families, careers, comfort zones, to follow him. In the eyes of the world, their decision made no sense. But Jesus reassured them, "You haven't lost, you've invested, and your return will be eternal." Many believers today can relate to this moment. You've chosen to obey God when it cost you relationships. You've pursued righteousness when compromise was easier. You've endured seasons of lack, misunderstanding, and even persecution, all because you've chosen Jesus. If that's you, take heart, your throne is being prepared. The call to follow is a call to lose temporarily. To follow Jesus is to walk a narrow road. It's not always paved with ease or applause. It often means denying yourself, picking up your cross, and walking by faith through terrain others avoid. It means making choices that don't always result in immediate reward. It might mean turning down that job that conflicts with your convictions. It might mean staying in a difficult marriage because God asked you to. It might mean giving when it hurts, forgiving when it's unfair, and loving when it's unreturned. But here's the beauty. The losses you suffer in following Christ are never permanent. The world may mock your decisions today, but heaven is marking your faithfulness for eternity. 3. Jesus sees and rewards faithfulness. The Bible consistently shows us that God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Hebrews 11:6. Faithfulness may seem unnoticed by people, but not by God. Every sacrifice you've made, every act of obedience when no one was watching, it all counts. Jesus said in Matthew 6:4, "Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly." Not only will he reward you, but the kind of reward he promises is breathtaking. A throne. A throne speaks of more than just a seat. It speaks of authority, intimacy with the king, rulership, and shared glory. That's what's waiting on the other side of your obedience. 4. Temporary sacrifice, eternal reward. Paul, writing to the Romans, declared, "I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." Romans 8:18. That's the posture of a believer who understands eternity. He was shipwrecked, stoned, beaten, imprisoned, and yet Paul saw it all as a light price to pay for eternal glory. You may be enduring hardship right now, physical, emotional, financial, relational, but remember, this life is a vapor, a moment in eternity. The pain may be real, but so is the reward. And it's not just any reward, it's the kingdom. Jesus himself is preparing a place for you. 5. Endurance is the path to honor. In 2 Timothy 2:12, Paul writes, "If we endure, we shall also reign with him." Endurance isn't glamorous. It doesn't feel victorious in the moment. But it's the ingredient heaven uses to forge kings and queens for God's eternal kingdom. Endurance is choosing faith when fear screams louder, standing when others fall away, believing when you don't see the breakthrough yet. When you endure, you don't just make it through. You become royalty in God's eyes. Every tear you cry in secret, every moment you hold on to His promise, it's building your eternal throne. 6. Heaven measures success differently. Earthly success is visible, loud, and often self-centered. But in God's kingdom, success looks like obedience. It looks like trust. It looks like love that doesn't quit, generosity that doesn't dry out, and worship that doesn't need a platform. Some of the greatest thrones in heaven will not be given to preachers with large platforms, but to faithful mothers who prayed in silence, intercessors who labored in obscurity, and believers who remained faithful in seasons of darkness. God sees you. Your throne is being carved. 7. Faithfulness in small things prepares you for great things. Jesus said in Luke 16:10, "Whoever is faithful in very little is also faithful in much." That means your faithfulness today, however small it feels, is training you for the responsibility of rulership in eternity. The way you handle today's test determines your capacity for tomorrow's reward. Can you stay pure when no one's looking? Can you forgive before the apology comes? Can you remain generous when the bank balance is tight? Every yes to God is a step closer to your throne. The cost is real, but so is the crown. Let's not downplay the cost. Jesus didn't. He said, "In this world you will have trouble." He was honest. The path of following Him involves loss, rejection, suffering, and spiritual warfare. But then He added, "Take heart, I have overcome the world." Your crown is not being handed out at the beginning. It's placed at the end for those who finish the race. But it's real, and it's waiting. James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." 9. Don't abandon your crown for a bowl of stew. Esau gave up his birthright for a temporary craving. Don't trade your eternal reward for momentary comfort. The enemy will always try to tempt you with a shortcut. Pleasure without purity, success without surrender, promotion without the process. But remember, your throne isn't cheap. It was purchased by Jesus' blood and built by your obedience. Guard it, wait for it. It's worth more than anything this world can offer. 10. Jesus, the King who shares His kingdom. Perhaps the most stunning truth is this: Jesus doesn't just rule from His throne. He invites us to rule with Him. Revelation 3:21 says, "To the one who is victorious, I will give the right to sit with me on my throne, just as I was victorious and sat down with my Father on His throne." He doesn't just want servants. He's preparing sons and daughters to reign. You're not just being saved, you're being trained for royalty. 11. Your throne is built through intimacy. Jesus told the disciples, "You who have followed me." Notice the promise isn't for the crowd, it's for the followers. The ones who walked with Him. The ones who stayed when things got hard. The ones who chose relationship over religion. Your throne is connected to how closely you walk with Jesus, not how loudly you declare Him, but how deeply you love Him. He's looking for intimacy. He's looking for people who choose Him above everything else. And to those He says, "You'll reign with me." 12. Let the vision of your throne empower your today. Sometimes we lose motivation because we forget the why. Why keep going? Why keep trusting? Why endure another day? Because a throne is waiting. Glory is coming. Jesus is coming. When you live with eternity in mind, you walk differently. You make decisions with the long game in view. You don't get as easily shaken by temporary pain when you know permanent glory is ahead. Let the vision of your throne empower you today. Conclusion: glory is coming. Friend, you may be in a hard place right now. Maybe you're questioning if it's all worth it. Maybe no one sees your sacrifice. Maybe the cost has been greater than you expected. But hear the words of Jesus again. You who have followed me will sit on thrones. That's your future. That's your destiny. The sacrifice, temporary. The reward, eternal. The hardship, real. And so is the glory. Hold on, stay faithful. Keep following. Your throne is coming.